YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington football team video, and as you can see, I'm back again for my second video of the day. We have a lot of news to get to. I told you guys, now that the season is practically underway, we have so much to get to. News is about to be coming out every single second of the day, so I told you guys to please have your post notifications turned on, subscribe to me, and like up every video because I'm working hard. I know you guys want this news, and unfortunately, it's not no good news. I'll be honest with you guys. But before we get into today's video, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. I urge you guys to turn on post notifications and subscribe because news, like I said, is going to be coming out every day. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter too. I will be active on there, and I will definitely follow you back if you follow me. I'm trying to go both of those platforms. Thank you in advance. Now let's get into this news, man. So once again, you'll be seeing my face probably 2-3 times a day because it's so much news. But we have some injury news, and the first player on the injury report or injury update, Curtis Samuel, he is going to start off camp on the physically unable to perform list, and he's still dealing with that groin injury. Per JP Finley, it's not that big of a deal, but I would be concerned personally because you got to remember, he tweaked his groin months ago, and he missed all of minicamp because of the tweak growing. And the fact that he's still dealing with that, I would be a little concerned. Now, I'm not over here talking about Curtis Samuel missing games or whatnot or stuff like that. But the fact that he had a whole, vacation break and stuff like that, and he didn't really practice in minicamp because he was treating the groin, I would be a little concerned because he's still dealing with it, and he has to start the off season or rather training camp on the physically unable to perform list. So I would be a little concerned. To be not concerned, and it's not that big of a deal, I would not look at it like that because he's been dealing with this for months now. But like I said, with Curtis Samuel, I'll still expect him to play week 1. He's not playing in preseason. We already know that. I still would expect him to be out there in week 1. But as you guys know, with hamstrings and groins, you gotta let it heal because those things could, they could creep up on you, man. They can linger throughout a whole 17-game season. You could re-aggravate it and stuff like that. So you don't want to have groins at all. But for players like Curtis Samuel, since he's a speedster, he's a do-it-all kind of guy, he's a big weapon for this offense, we need to let him rest. And hopefully it's not nothing serious like they said. But I would be a little concerned because he had this thing months ago. So moving on to, I guess, some good news. You know what I'm saying? I'll praise it because I'm not going to want to see a guy fail or anything, although you guys know I don't like Landon Collins because of I just feel like he hasn't performed up to that contract. He's back. You know what I'm saying? He is 100% healthy. He'll be on the active rosters to start off training camp, and he's healthy, and I'm excited to see him prove me wrong. I don't think a lot of you guys understand me talking about Landon Collins in a bad way. It's not because I hate the guy as a person. I just don't like him as a football player because I feel like he robbed us of $85 million, but I'm always open to eat my words because I want to see him do well, and I hope he does do well. But that is some great news. Landon Collins is 100% healthy, and he will be on the active roster to open up training camp. Now moving on to some bad news, we have lineman Cornelius Lucas starting off training camp on the COVID list. And here's the thing with Cornelius Lucas. It sucks because I really thought that he could, and he still can, but this is going to set him back. I felt like he could be that guy that was going to be that right tackle for us to at least start the season. Then eventually we'll probably give it to Samuel Cosme. But now that he's going to be on the COVID list, I don't know if he has COVID, but he's on the COVID/illnesses list. So I would assume he has it, but I don't want to do that because that's not my job. But this is going to set him back regardless. So 2 weeks that he's going to be missing minimum if it is COVID, and Samuel Cosme is going to be getting all the reps at right tackle, and I'm excited for him, but it sucks for Cornelius Lucas because I really thought he could come back after year 2 and be on the line alongside his buddy from Chicago, that being Charles Leno. So it sucks that he is starting the training camp on the COVID list. Now, as you can see, I'm looking here on Twitter because news is dropping every second. So we have some more news per John Keim here. He says cornerback Greg Stroman will open up the camp on the PUP list. DeShazer Everett and Tim Settle both were placed on non-football illness list. So we have some more players that are sick. Once again, we don't know what it could be. We don't know if it's just a regular cold or if they're just playing it safe or if they were around somebody that had COVID, so they want to get a test so they could make sure that they're clear to go. You know how these protocols is. It is crazy, man. It is a lot of stuff going on in Washington already, and we're only in day 1 of training camp. The players haven't even taken a field for a practice yet, and we're already having this. But hey, it's football season. This is what's happening. This is what's going to continue to happen because it's football season, man. You gotta love it because along with the good things, bad stuff like this is going to happen. It's life. It's football. It happens. So I also want to come on here and talk to head coach Ron Rivera. We all love Ron Rivera. We know that, but he came out on his press conference that he had today and said that he is frustrated, he is furious with the players, that our vaccine rate is very, very low. And I understand what Ron Rivera is coming from because he fought cancer, and he says you're not just fighting for yourself, or you're not just trying to protect yourself, you're fighting and protecting everybody else. And he worded it like this: you're not only here for your paycheck, you have other teammates and other people's paychecks that's relying on you too. So I understand why Ron Rivera urges his team to get the vaccine. Trust me, I do. But for you to be furious at your players and for you to constantly come out here, and obviously he didn't put nobody on blast. He said he's not going to do that, obviously, and that's the right thing to do. But for you to constantly talk about that, and it's his fault, but it's not, because the media are going to ask about this, so it's kind of not his fault. But at the same time, it is, because he could easily say, hey man, as much as I would love for my players to get the vaccine, it's up to them, it's their body. But he goes the opposite way and says that he's furious with all these players. And he had, like I said, he didn't name nobody, but we know one guy in specific that he could be talking about, and that's Montez Sweat. He said he's going to sit down with all his players that aren't vaccinated and talk to them on why they don't want to get vaccinated. Now, he did say he's not going to force his players to get the vaccine, which I applaud, because you don't need to. This is not, you're not them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's body is different. Everybody has their own opinion on whether or not they want to get the vaccine or not. So I'm glad Ron Rivera isn't forcing his players to get the vaccine, because if he was, or if he was trying to at least do that, that wouldn't be a good sign. So I'm glad head coach isn't doing that. But for him to be furious, I mean, I understand, but I wouldn't be furious, because at the end of the day, you have the vaccine. You're protected. You know what I'm saying? If they want to live their life on the edge, if they don't want to have the vaccine or not, it's totally up to them, and you cannot force them to get it. Not everybody wants the vaccine. Nobody knows what's in that thing. You can try to play doctor and say, oh, well, I know what's in there. I know this is in there, stuff like that. We don't know what's in there. So for the people that don't want the vaccine, so be it. Just protect yourself. You'll still act like we're in the midst of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're vaccinated. So, like I said, I understand where head coach is coming from, but I don't agree with him saying that he's furious about that, because for you to be furious with people that have their own opinion and decisions, that's not cool in my opinion. So I just want to come here quickly to talk about that. Let me know what you guys think about this video, man. Like I said, videos are going to be coming out 2-3 times a day, because there's just going to be so much news going on with the Washington football team. So make sure you guys like this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications, please, because I'm telling you guys, you're going to want to have this knowledge and news soon as it comes out, because I'm going to be all over it. This is a big training camp and big time for me as the season ramps up. I'm trying to grow, and I want all my Washington football team YouTubers that are also doing the same thing to grow too. So without you guys, we're nothing. But I thank you guys for the support, and let me know how you guys feel about Ron Rivera, about these injuries. So much going on, guys. Buckle up, because it's going to be a long season and ride. Hail to watch the football team. It's me, Juangottiwft. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop.